the presentation on the PowerBI project that is on Atlic Hardwares. So my presentation is on a PowerBI project that is called the Business Insights 360 dashboard. So this is a interactive dynamic dashboard where all the company executives can get their relevant informations. So at begin, I will talk about the Atlic Hardware, the stakeholder company. After that, I will talk about the data sources and what the data means. After that, I will talk about data modeling. Data modeling was a continuous process. I had to keep updating the data modeling while I was working in this project. Finally, I will show you the different business views. This means different report views like finance view, sales view, and others. And if you have any recommendations for me, any suggestions for me, or if you have any inquiries regarding the project, please contact me. Okay, introduction. So Atlic Hardware is a company. They are in the electronic goods market. They are a manufacturer company, so they usually manufacture personal computers, storage devices, computer peripherals, networking devices, etc. devices. And the primary customers of these Atlic Hardwares are retailers like Amazon, Flipkart, Chroma, Best Buy, and many others. And the consumers are those individuals like us who buys the products from the retailers or the customer of our Atlic Hardware company. So let me introduce you with the platforms. Okay, now we have to know about the platforms and channels before moving into the dashboard presentation. So Atlic Hardware employs two primary sales platforms. So one is brick and mortar platform and another one is e-commerce platform. So what is brick and mortar platform? The brick and mortar platforms are those like with physical stores. Okay, they are like Chroma or Best Buy. So consumers can go into the store physically and buy their products. And in e-commerce, it's like Amazon or Flipkart. The consumers can browse the products and order them online. They can either do cash on delivery, or they can either pay via Visa card or PayPal or anything. Now let's talk about the channels. So Atlic Hardware utilizes three primary distribution channels. So the first one is retailer. As I mentioned earlier, that the retailers are the Atlic Hardware's customers. Those like customers like Amazon or Best Buy. So what they do, they have a partnership or relationship with Atlic Hardware directly, and they buy their products from Atlic Hardware. Okay, and then direct. So a direct channel is like Atlic has their exclusive stores like Atlic e-stores or Atlic exclusive stores. So these are direct. Atlic directly send their products from their go down to the store. And thirdly are the distributor channel. So distributor channel is like Atlic has its business almost all over the world, but in some parts of the world like China or South Korea, Atlic does not have its direct market or it's a retailer stores or anything. So what they do, they use distributors like Neptune. So Atlic sells their raw materials to Neptune, and Neptune sells those things to Chinese market, like to Chinese retailers or Chinese e-commerce stores or South Korea. You getting the gist. Now let's talk about the problem statement. So the problem is that Atlic Hardware, they recently set up their business in Latin America region, and before investing into a data analytics team, Atlic had many different Excel sheets with tons of data, and all the data were messed up. So Atlic Atlic set up their business in Latin America region based on their initial surveys and some intuition based decisions. But in the end, all those things did not make it quite well. They had faced a massive loss in the Latin America region. So in the company's annual meeting, the company had decided to invest into a data analytics team, because data analytics team will help the company um, to help the company to make a decision based on data. The data analytics team will help the company to make decision based on different data insights, like what is the sales in this place, or what is the gross margin in that place, and the company stakeholders can use all those data and informations to make a better strategic decisions. And the data analytics team will also help the company stakeholders to reduce the losses and increasing the profits. So this was the overall company's problem statement and their object or and their goals. Up next, we have the project objectives. As I mentioned earlier, the company wants the com- the company wants the data analytics team to enable the company increase the profit. So the company is targeting a 10% incremental profit, we can see, and to enhance transparency and enable data driven decision making across markets and functions. So, and they also the stakeholders also want a clear picture of all their businesses and all their market functions by this dashboard we are going to build. Up next, project initialization. So what will be in the dashboard? Okay, so the dashboard is a business insights 360 dashboard. So 360 because this is a single dashboard, but it's going to have all the relevant information for all the possible departments. So in Atlic manufacturer, in Atlic hardware, there are several departments, like there are finance department, there are sales department, marketing department, supply chain department, and executives. So so we built a separate dashboard pages for only for the top level executives, so they can see the dashboard page and get a get the grasp or get the gist on what is happening throughout the years in their business. So first of all, it's called the finance view. So in the finance view, the main attraction is the profit and loss statement table. And in the finance view, the finance top level finance executive will be able to analyze different financial performance across markets and products and customers. So markets, okay, let's describe what is markets. So markets are the countries, okay, because Atlic has their business all over the world, right? And so market actually excuse me market actually means the countries. Like in Bangladesh, Atlic has their electronic goods market, and they have their products, they have their stores, and their different retailers are also selling their goods. So markets is actually meaning the relevant countries. Products are Atlic's products, like computers, like routers or the keyboard and mouses. And customers are the different retailer stores or different e-commerce stores or distributors. Now sales view. So in sales view, the top level sales executive can see the customer performance. Okay, so the customer performance means they're like Atlic as a hardware store, as a hardware manufacturer, selling their products to different retailer stores. So the top sales executive can see how their customers are selling their products, how much they are making profits, net margin or gross margins. And based on all this information, the sales executive can give more products to the retailer or less products to the retailer, or do many other optimization works. And the sales view will also have a scatter plot matrix with key metrics, and all those key metrics will enable the sales executive to make proper strategic decisions. And the marketing view is similar to the sales view, but it will be more on product focused rather than customer focused. And in the supply chain view, the supply chain executive will be able to make like forecast decisions, like in the supply chain view there will be customer information and also the product information. And the supply chain executive can compare a customer's the products. They can forecast that if a customer needs more products in upcoming days, or less products in upcoming days, because of the measure I created, which is called forecast accuracy percentage. And also there is a measure I created called risk, and the risk is based on the forecast accuracy percentage I created, and it shows that if there is any possibilities of excess inventory, or if there is any possibilities for like low stock inventory. And based on all this information, the supply chain executive can make proper decisions. And finally, the executive view. So the executive view is for the top level executives, and they can take a glance into the executive view page and get the gist uh, of their company, how their company is doing in over the years. Now the data descriptions. So Atlic Manufacturer is, as I mentioned earlier, Atlic Manufacturer is a huge company, and they have their businesses in all over the world. So the data are coming from various sources. So we have two MySQL databases. These are called GDB 041 and GDB 056. So from the database GDB 041, we are getting the customer data. The team customer table shows us different customer data, like what are the customer names, what are the unique customer codes, and etc. And from the DM product table, we are getting the product information, like what products are sold by Atlic hardware, different product categories and different product segments. And at the DM market, from this table we get the information that in what region Atlic is selling their products, and the region is after that region is separated by different countries or markets, and different country codes and etc. So the DIM tables are the dimension tables. It has unique informations. Okay, it has unique information about their unique customers, unique products, and unique markets. After that, fact sales monthly. So in this table, now we are getting the transactional data, like the monthly sales data. And after that, the monthly sales data. And from the monthly sales data, we create lots of other metrics like net sales, gross margins, and others. And finally, we have the forecasted monthly data. So this is similar to the previous fact sales monthly transactional data, but it has a different forecasted sales data. And based on these forecasted data, we can compare with our actual data, and showcase and we can generate metrics like forecast accuracy percentage, absolute error, and because of those key metrics, the supply chain executive can be very beneficial in order to make proper decisions. After that, from the second database, that is called GTB 056, we are getting the extensional costs. Okay, we are getting additional costs like manufacturing cost, because we are not only selling the products, we are also making the product, so we are also manufacturing the product. I'm sorry. So in order to manufacture products, there are many others manufacturing cost associated with manufacturing a product, so we are getting all this information from this manufacturing cost table. After that, when we manufacture a product, before selling them, we have to advertise the products. Okay, and we are getting all those advertisement costs and other costs from the rest tables, like pre-invoice deduction, post-invoice deduction are giving us the advertisement cost of manufacturing products. And the freight cost is the, you know, the courier charges, or how much it costed to ship a product from one country to another, from not one country to another, from the Atlic hardwares go down uh, to the retailers, go down, and the gross price is that what is the, you know, what is the overall price. After that, we got three additional datas in Microsoft Excel form. So these are market share data. So we got this data from our product owner. So the market share data was in the Microsoft Excel form, and it was and it showed what is the market share of at least different competitors in the electronic goods market. After that, different operational cost. So the different operational cost also have promotional expenses and additional advertisement expenses data. And finally, the targets. So the data we have for 2022, and in the targets data, in the target data is like what is the targeted net sales, and using this targeted data we can compare with the actual net sales. So this comparison actually helps the top executives in the company to find out what was the actual problem, or like in what region the problem is happening. Like we can compare between the targeted sales and the actual sales. So suppose in Latin America region, not suppose, it actually happened that in Latin America region the targeted sales was like 5 million, but the actual sales was 500,000 US dollars. So the company executives can directly call to the regional manager of Latin America region's manager, and they can discuss and find out the different problems. So this is the overall dashboards work, that the dashboard can easily enable the stakeholders or different departments executives to find out the problems, like where the targeted, like where what is the, where is the most difference happening. Like it's supposed to be like this, but it is happening like that. So they can have a glance in the dashboard, and they can understand in they can understand where to cross check, where to drill down, where to make the call, and discuss further and come up with the solution. So now it's time for the data modeling. So data modeling was a continuous process, because I had to continuously update my data models, as I had data from different sources. So I had to connect one table with another table. I have to create different relationships among the tables. So overall, what I created a Snowflake schema. But before Snowflake schema, let me tell you the benefits of data modeling. So data modeling was an essential process in our dashboard development, and by implementing data modeling, I can easily create a different DEX is data analysis expressions, and using DEX I can calculate different key metrics or measures, and also I can calculate different essential columns. So let me talk about the Snowflake schema again. So as you can see, the Snowflake schema is like all the fact tables will be in the middle, and the fact tables will be connected with the different dimensional tables. So as we have many different fact tables, so we put all the fact tables in like in middle. Okay, so we have a forecast monthly, we have actual estimates, we have a post invoice deduction, manufacturing cost, and others. And you can see all the all the fact tables are connected with the dimensions tables. Like I have connected the customer table with all the fact tables, and the product table with all the fact tables, and yeah, the similar thing is happening. And after, so this is called data modeling. Like I am connecting all the relevant tables with each other. And this overall, so this thing is called a Snowflake schema. So the Snowflake schema is that the fact table will be the middle thing, will be the main attraction, and the dimensional tables will be its different hands. Okay. And and because I created all these different connections among different data tables, I can easily create the different key measures or the DEX measures. So all these measures like absolute error, so I have created here different DEX measures like absolute error, percentage, absolute error. So I was unable to create all this because I had connected all those tables with each other by using the data modeling techniques. Yeah, I'm talking about the text measures here. Okay, now let's talk about the dashboard itself. So let me take you to the dashboard. So this is our dashboard. So our dashboard has a home page, and in the home page you will get different buttons like info button, finance button will take you to the finance view, sales button will take you to the sales view, similarly marketing, supply chain, executive, and Q and others. So if we click on info button, you will see the different informations like when is the data getting refreshed, and here is also a dynamic button. So you can click here and you can find the relevant information about me. So you can click here to go to my portfolio or website, or go to my LinkedIn. So let me just go back to the home page again, and let me click on the finance view. So this is the finance view. So as you can see, we have different slicers. The segment category slicer, like if you click on a segment like accessories, and you can see the different categories inside the segment. So accessories has three different categories like batteries, keyboard, and mouse. And yeah, so similarly desktop has two kinds of desktop categories like business laptops and personal desktops. So similarly customers and region and markets and divisions. So divisions are like NNS means network and sales, PNA means I think peripherals and accessories, and PC means the personal computers. I also have all these fiscal years slicers. Like if you click on 2020, it will show all the business informations, all the datas, all the summary data for 2020 fiscal year. Similarly 2019 fiscal year, and if you click on 2022, it will show you 2022 fiscal year summarized data. And if you click on versus target, it will show you the comparison with the target data. and if you click on last year, which is a default, it is comparing the with the last year's performance. Okay, and if you click on reset, it will take you to the 2021 view. And I have also used slicer for quarters, like first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. And here is also year to date and year to go. So the thing about year to date and year to go is our fiscal year started in the month September, and the fiscal year ended in December. So two separate years are connected, right? Like in September, like for 2019 fiscal year, it starts in September 2018 and it ends in August 2019. So the year to date will be the end of the year, okay, the end of the initial year, and year to go will be end of the fiscal year. Okay, the year to date will be end of the initial year, and the year to go will be end of the fiscal year, starting from the next year. So this is the thing about year to date and year to go. So in the finance view, the finance executive can take a look into the profit and loss statement. So we have different kinds of measures like gross sales. If you click on gross sales, the chart also changes according to the data. So if you hover on October 20, so it shows that in October 20 the gross sales is better than previous year. So in the previous year the gross sales was 56 million, was around 57 million, but in the selected years, this means in October 2020 the gross sales is $153 million. So the finance executive can compare with last year, that how is the gross sale performance, is it increasing or is it the same or is it decreasing. So and these are the key metrics like P invoice deduction, net invoice deductions, the different discounts, and after the discounts. So all these measures are very important for a finance executive to make key decisions. And here is also different KPIs, key performance indicators. So in 2021 the overall net sales was around 823 million US dollars, and in the last year it was 268 million dollars. So it's around 207% increased in 2021. So the finance executive can easily see this and understand that his company is doing good, his company is doing good business. Also the gross margin, so net sales is showing good, but the gross margin is showing that there have been 1% loss in the business. And the net profit, okay, so why is that? Okay, so let us see what is net sales. So net sales is just the sum of overall sales, sum of net sales. But what is gross margin? So gross margin is the sum of net sales subtracted from the total amount, total cost of goods sold. Okay, so net sales is the how many items are sold, but the gross margin is actually you have to subtract the total cost of goods sold. Okay, so what is total cost of goods sold? So the total cost of goods sold, like we are selling goods, this is one thing, but in order to sell goods there are many other costs related, right? So in the total cost of goods sold there are three different additional costs, like manufacturing cost, shipping cost or freight cost, and other cost. So other cost involves the advertisement costs or not necessarily only advertisement. There could be many other promotional expenses and other things. So all these three factors uh, sum together is called a total cost of goods sold. So the gross margin will be the net sales, the amount of the net sales minus the total cost of goods sold. So in the gross margin we are seeing there is a little loss, and similarly net profit. So I have created all these measures using different columns, different calculated columns, or the columns given in with our data set. So as you can see, the finance executive can click on different line items, can see the performance over time. They can also check the year over year change percentage. The finance executive can also see how the markets are performing. Okay, so if you click on it like gross sales, so the market will change for gross sales. Like in Australia, the gross sales for 2021 was 59 million United US dollars, and year over change is showing that the like its previous year performance versus its current year performance. So it has changed very drastically, like 14,842% increased in gross sales, because like in 2020, in 2020, because of COVID, the sales was pretty much down, and in 2021 overall the COVID condition is kind of settled, so the business is also booming. So yeah, the finance executive can see different market information here, and also he can see different product sales information also. So this is our finance view. Now in the sales view, the sales executive can can see how the customers or different retailer stores or the direct stores like ethnic exclusive stores are performance. They can hover on the data and they can see the trend, how the gross margin and the net sales are performing over the fiscal year. Like this is a monthly trend. And we have also have a two gauze chart, and the first gauze chart is showing how the net sales is divided by pre-invoice deduction and post-invoice deduction, and after that how the net sales is divided by gross margin and total cost of goods sold. And we also have a scatter plot matrix. It is showing the market's net sales versus gross margin informations. Like in United States of America, the net sales and gross margin is pretty good. And if you drill down, you can see the customer information, like how Atlic Exclusive is doing. So Atlic Exclusive has a net sales of 40 million and a gross margin of 45.97, which is pretty good. So the scatterplot matrix is showing all this information to the sales executive, and there is also a product breakdown table. So from this table, the sales executive can get some decent information on how the product is doing. Like in accessories, we can go to keyboard and we can see like the sales executive can see how this keyboard is doing. Like AQ Gamers have net sales of 16.66 million, gross margin and gross margin percentage. And if he selects on USA, he can get information how the AQ Gamers keyboard is doing in United States market. Similarly, marketing view. The marketing view executives will get information, the relevant information on product, but the sales executive gets relevant information on its customers. And the supply chain view, the supply chain executive can see the different error or forecast accuracy metrics of customers all over the world. And there are also three key performance indicators: forecast accuracy, percentage, net error, and absolute error. So these KPI shows that what was the error in forecasting of sales. And the supply chain executive can also see from this from this line and clustered column chart that the net error means the error when doing the forecasting. Okay, so the supply chain executive can easily take a glance and see that if the net error is too much, or if it is inconstant, or if the net error is increasing. So if the net error is increasing, it is bad, because they are constantly making false forecasting. If the net error is constant, it is okay, and if the net error is decreasing, it's better, because they're making good forecasting. They are making accurate forecast, and that will help them in the long run. And finally, again, the first table was for customers, and the second table is for the products, like how the product information on for products forecast accuracy percentage, like how much product is in the stock, or what is the risk of the product getting out of stock. Finally, the executive view. So in the executive view, the top level company executive can see the different divisions divided by can see how the revenue, so the revenue is the net sales, so how the net sales are divided by different divisions. So we can see the personal computer division has a sales of 38% revenue, and peripherals and accessories division has around 50% revenue. Similarly, who are our main channel? In that, executive can see by which channel the company, the Atlic hardware, is getting the most revenue or most net sales. So we can see that the retailer has a 72% sales, 72% revenue contribution, and then the direct and distributor channels. And there is also a ribbon chart. It is showing the PC market share. Okay, the PC market share versus PC market share of Atlic versus its competitors. So we can see that Atlic did quite well in 2022, like its market share rose. So its market share, so Atlic market share was very low in 2018-19, but it is growing substantially, and finally in 2022 it grew around 4%, which is very good. So we can see the market share. We can see the market share information by this ribbon chart, very important for the top level executives. Similarly, the top level executives can see its top 5 customers and the top 5 sold product, and also he can see the key insights by subzone. So the key insights have net sales, the revenue contribution, gross margin, net profit, market share, and error and risk. But how will the executives get benefited by all these views, all these dashboard pages? So for the finance view, so this was our mock-up, as you can see, given by the product owner, and we made this dashboard which I showed you earlier. So the benefits of finance view. So the finance executive will gain a comprehensive overview of financial data, trends, and KPIs by going through all the tables and the line chart. He can compare between last year or the target. He can make informed decision by drilling into specific metrics. As I mentioned earlier, he can drill into a specific country, and he can find out if the country is doing good or bad. And he can assess market and segment performance for strategic planning. And finally, he can customize views to focus on relevant data. And as our dashboard is completely dynamic and interactive, he can select different slicers, he can select different segments or different product categories, and he can customize according to his needs. And after that, he can take relevant informations to make his to make the proper decisions. Not necessarily he will need to make decision. He can keep track on what is how his business is doing. So finally, what it will do, what will the finance view do? So the finance view will empower finance decision. The dashboard equips finance executives with real-time insights, enabling data-driven financial decisions and strategic planning for improved profitability and financial performance. After that, the sales view. This was our sales mockup, and this is the sales dashboard I built. And benefit of sales view. So the sales executive will gain a holistic view of sales data, customer performance, and profitability. Will understand the impact of ad expenditure on sales revenue. Will be able to identify different trends in the relationship between gross margin and net sales. Can also make a pinpoint decision on which market is doing good or bad, and which customer needs more goods or needs more support or opportunities. And he can also, using all those slicers, he can also customize his views according to his needs. Like he can segment different product data for his strategic planning. And overall, it will help the sales executive with actionable insights, allowing for data-driven decisions, targeted marketing strategies, and improved sales performance. Thirdly, the marketing view. The marketing executive will have similar benefits. Like the marketing executive will gain a comprehensive understanding of product performance by segment and regions. The marketing executive can see how a specific product is doing by seeing the sales and gross margin relationship scatter plot, and he can optimize his marketing strategy. He can also will be also able to customize his views to make strategic planning in future. So overall, the marketing view will enable the marketing executive with actionable insights, enabling data-driven decisions, improved marketing strategies, and more effective utilization of resources for increased marketing ROI. Fourthly, the supply chain view. So the supply chain executive, similarly, like all other views, the supply chain executive will also gain deep insights on how the supply chain performance with customer-centric and product segmented data. He can monitor and evaluate key performance indicators to identify areas for improvement, visualize historical performance to make data-driven decisions. He can also, again, by using all those slicers, he can also customize his views for his targeted strategic decisions. So overall, the supply chain view will empower supply chain decisions by enabling the supply chain executives with actionable insights, facilitating data-driven decisions, optimized inventory management, and enhanced supply chain efficiency, ultimately resulting in cost savings and improved customer satisfaction. Finally, the executive view. So the executives will get a comprehensive view of key financial and operational metrics, will understand the market dynamics and competition market share trends, and yeah, using the slicers he can customize the views for his according to his needs. So overall, the dashboard will empower top level executives with actionable insights, supporting data driven decisions, strategic planning, opportunities for growth, and market share expansions. So this is the ending of my Business Insights 360 dashboard. So if you have any recommendation or inquiries regarding the project, please reach out to me. I will be more glad to help. And here is my information, and you can see the live dashboard by clicking on this link. It will take you to a web page view, so you can see the dashboard here. You can click, uh, all the things will be work nicely. You can select on slicers. Also, you can email me to know about me more. You can see my LinkedIn profiles. I post on LinkedIn on a regular basis. And finally, you can check my all other portfolio projects in my portfolio website. So thank you for joining this Business Insights 360 dashboards project presentation. I hope you understood how this project will help the company top level executives in order to make data driven decisions and strategic planning. Thank you very much.